One of the things that I'm always curious about, and I know the viewers are curious about too, is when guys talk about not just being in combat for the first time, but they pulled the trigger for the first time. That threshold's kind of broken of I look down the optics on this rifle, and when I've squeezed this trigger, I could be taking another human's life. Good guy, bad guy, that's how guns work, right? When you pull that trigger, that bullet ain't coming back. For you personally, was there any doubt in your mind that when the time came in combat, if you had to use deadly force, did you worry that maybe I can't actually kill a bad guy, I can't take another human's life, or did you know push comes to shove, I'm going to do my job and it's not going to be an issue whatsoever?
Yeah, that was a thing that I had already thought about and settled in my heart and my mind. The time came, and when the time came to do that, there was no hesitation. Yeah, really thinking about that, and a lot of that too was involved in training and just preparing mentally. But for where I was at personally, I could tell the difference between evil, good, and evil, and I knew at that point it was my job to, if required, exercise judgment on that people and do it swiftly.
And we're gonna, and I'm glad you brought that up because we're gonna get into kind of evil a little bit later in the interview, and I really can't wait to unpackage all of that because I think you're gonna have some interesting thoughts on that point. When you're in an elite unit, is it kind of the situation where if you hesitate, like you get through the training, you get through the selection, you're in the unit, if a time comes where you hesitate and all of a sudden you get gun shy, you won't pull the trigger. I mean, is it just like you're a good guy, but you can't be here if you're going to get scared like that?
Yeah. There's so much at risk there, right? Not just to your own personal safety, but everybody else on it too. So they all have to depend on you to do your job, to do it right. I can't think of a situation where that happened on my team. And yeah, I can't think of a situation, honestly, where a guy got pulled. It could